Hello and welcome to another Raggy's Beer Review. So we're going back over to this month's Discovery Box from Bruiser, and it's Modest Beer from County Antrim in Northern Ireland. This beer is called Barefoot in Morning Dew. It's a 4.3%. Bright and crisp hells, as it says on the front of the can. And here it says hops are hallertau and mittelfrüh. Grain is Pilsner malt, yeast is German lager. We're a little independent brewery crafting small batch beers for discerning drinkers. Started in Holywood with 1L. Our new home is in Randallstown, also with 1L. And yeah, doesn't really say hotel. So let's dive in and see how it tastes. It's quite the weather for a lager anyway, a Hell's lager, with it being so blooming warm outside. So this will hit the spot quite nicely, I would assume. And there we go. Straw. You would class that as a straw coloured pour, quite a dark straw coloured pour, to be fair. Plenty of carbonation going off. Lovely crisp white head. Looks pretty clean. Oh, I could fall asleep already, and it's just 8:45 at night. So, and it's wham. Yeah, it's like a grassy aroma coming off this. Yeah, lager malt taste. Very smooth. No gassiness or like that. Oh, by heck, it's warm. Can't see any of us in our house being late in bed tonight because everyone's absolutely shattered. Wife's getting up at 4. She's going for a run, early morning run. Why? God knows. Strange time of the day to be going for a run, but anyway, yeah, cheers for that. Oh. So the third, yep, got 5 left. The third in the series from Modest Beer. Gotta be honest, if it wasn't for Bruiser, I wouldn't know they exist. I have put the hold on the Bruiser subscription for this month. Got a lot of beer, too much beer to keep going over the summer period. And not only that, I'm gonna brew some more beer, homebrew beer. So I've got 3 kits that I'm lining up for the summer. A West Coast, an IPA and a Ruby Red. So they're the kits that I'm looking at brewing. Yeah, just looking at brewing some new beer for the summer months. 2 kits I've never used before at all. So that's interesting. And I fancy brewing something different. I brew a lot of dark beers, and sometimes it's nice. Not grain brewing, because grain brewing's alright, but one, it's expensive to grain brew. Time spent is expensive. You know, there's much more. If I brew and it takes me 30 minutes to brew from start to finish, that's a lot faster than 5 or 6 hours brewing a beer. And then open it turns out okay. Whereas you brew from kit, as long as you follow the instructions, 90% of the time it's going to come out pretty much spot on. There's obviously 10% that it may not for whatever reason, you know, but if you don't follow the instructions to the letter. Oh gosh, is what it is. So this is going down well. Has anybody else had the Bruiser box for this month, or Bruiser in the past? You know, it's interesting to see. Did you carry on the subscription? 3 months in, I've already stuck the pause button on. Yeah, I'm watching. I didn't really fancy the next month's that's already been announced. It's not a brewery that even interests me, so I've already knocked it off, and we'll see what happens after that. And it may come to the fact that I might just knock it off altogether. And like I say, I'm not a big subscription person, although Bruiser is interesting because of the cost is good when you compare it sometimes to what you get from the actual websites. I do wonder how the companies can do it with delivery for the price they're getting, and bearing in mind that Bruiser are going to take a cut. So it makes me wonder if that's the reason why none of these breweries that I've reviewed beers from are really bothered with their social media, sharing the beer review or whatever, because for them I assume that it's not a true representation of, you know, their normal trading. It's interesting. It's, you know, I would have thought that a beer review possibly, you know, and half the time they don't even respond to anything on social media, so they're either crap social media, or like I say, they're doing the Bruiser thing because it sells volume for all the people that buy it anyway. But are they that bothered? I must ask a friend of mine who's got a brewery who does Bruiser, just to see what he thinks, his opinion, but not put it on, but not say the brewery's name on camera, but just to see if it's more of a bind than, you know, than a positive, you know, is it really that positive? I mean, there's a hell of a lot of breweries do it, but again, I know a lot of the breweries, especially the ones near me, and I mean Neon Raptor for starters. If they do 8 beers for 40 quid, that and the delivery, that's actually quite cheap for them, because they are predominantly expensive. They're not the cheapest craft beer brewery by a long shot. Now, whether the beer commands that price, well, that's another thing. You know, if it's an Impy Stout, you know, Impy Stouts, double IPAs, tippers, but if it's all 4% stuff and they're selling, and someone's selling it for £7 a can, it's like, yeah, 4%, £7 a can, come on. So yeah, although I get everyone has to own a business and run the business, but it's interesting. So yeah, Chris, it's a clearish pour. It's a typical lager malt aroma on this. Obviously the German yeast and the hops will give it that Hell's variant, as it were. It's clean, it's crisp, it's refreshing. Yeah. Would I drink it again? No. Once is enough for me. Like most lagers and beers, once is enough anyway. Not many that I go to second time. Out of 5 against other lagers, I give it a 4.0. Thank you for watching.